And hello fellow Taker Space Bandit here with another episode of World of Tanks, and today I bring you map Windstorm. Again, this is one of the maps that our subscribers have requested as to, how to play this map. And you know what, although I'm not really that familiar with this map, to be honest, there isn't that many good positions on this map. I can show you exactly how I play it from this side of the map, anyway, from east spawn. And from east spawn, actually also from west spawn, I like to play center of the map for the most part because it gives you ability to flex either to one flank or the other flank. There isn't any big time OP positions on this map except maybe for the church on the left hand side here, which is the position I will show you a little bit later at the end of this game so that you can understand what's going on there. But this is why I like this position, because you can have shots across to the guys that are passing by at C3, and there's that little space in between the hills there that you can shoot. But also, as you can see, you have shots on top of that hill where this M46 Patton is trying to get to. Now mind you, M46 Patton also has shots at me from that position there. People will be able to shoot at you as well. So once you're in here, you have to make sure you drop around the corner, bend around the side of this hill, but then you're exposing yourself potentially to people coming from the middle. As you can see here, I have shots at him, he has shots at me, but because I have tougher armor, he basically decides not to, fight me. But again, over here, you can pull out, and slower tanks will make their way through that opening there a little bit later, at a later time. As you can see, this VK 101 is gonna be crossing right now, and I have him exposed right there so I can put some early shots of damage into him. Now M46 Patton is unspotted at this point in time, so he's gonna try to probably put some shots into me, and that's the dangerous situation. But at that point, if you have a strong turret armor, you can move a little bit forward like I did here and use that hill in front of me for protection. But now that I backed off, that M46 has shots at me right there. As you can see, I bend around the hill, and now it's gonna be hard for him to hit me, right? But then again, you gotta pay attention to your back. And then again, if you're here all by yourself, like I am, tanks that are coming from the middle can pretty much overcrowd you. It's better that you have a couple tanks in here to protect you, right? Now I'm focused and tunnel vision on this M46, but in reality, there's a tank on my behind, and that's a American autoloader. So if you actually paid attention to me, he would have shot me in the ass and I would have been dead. But because we have a guy on the hill in church area there at D8, he was paying attention to him instead of me. So I do have some protection, for my behind right there with that light tank sitting there, and I will show you that position a little bit later, like I mentioned, at the end of this game. So what this position allows you to do is once your shots expire, you can move forward and fire at these guys that are in the middle of the map, right over here. Also, you can flex to the middle of the map and into city if you need to, right, at any point in time. But anyway, since there's no one here, I will push over to, a little bit further towards the opposition's base to see if there's anyone lurking around, but there's no one there. And at this point, because we didn't send anyone into town, I can get shots into these guys coming out of town. So for the majority of time, there will be some tanks trickling from town into the middle of the map, but in this situation, no one actually came, and all of the opposition is pushing, up the east side. So that will give me opportunity to get myself up in this position here and get crossfire into these guys that are coming into the open field, and that's exactly what I'm gonna do. But I'm gonna try to get rid of trailers first. That's why I'm looking for this E50M. I thought he was gonna come out here towards me, but he decided not to. So we're gonna wait around here until he comes out, and eventually he will, because they always do. And if he does, like he does here, we can put rear shots or side shots into them. So that's how I like to play this map, because for the most part, if you pick a flank, sometimes you don't run into the opposition at all. If you go town, which is, by the way, town on this map is completely irrelevant. If you want to go town, I don't know why. Maybe because you want to brawl. That's the only reason, but it's not relevant. What's relevant on this map is the middle as well as the north portion of the map. This is where all the fighting, if you win north portion of the map, or the middle, for the most part the middle, then you're gonna win this game. Town is just there for heavy tanks to go and brawl, but really, even if I'm in a heavy tank, I usually do not go town because there's no point going there. So as you can see, we getting ourselves a pretty nice game here. This is an older game, so you know, I was still fairly fresh, or maybe not as experienced as I am now. So I used to have tendency to miss a lot of shots, to be honest. Now I'm paying more attention to how I aim my shots. Accuracy and hitting my shots is quite important to me now, because that's what really wins games. The shots you put in, those shots will win you games. If you're missing shots, they will not win you games. So as you can see, only a couple customers left at this point in time, and we're gonna try to hit this guy. We hit this guy and we take him out of the game. Anyway, game complete, game over, the good guys win. By the way, I've posted this game on my channel at some point in the past, so if you want to watch it with different commentary, you can go ahead and do so. Search it up. Okay, so we're on the same side, and again, this time we'll show you the position around the church, and this is what you see on my left hand side over there, that church. So we're going to climb up into that position and show you what this position can do. Now, unfortunately, in this game, the opposition did not decide to go in the middle of the map, so I'm not going to have any shots into the opposition, but at least it will show off the positioning and what you can actually do from here. So this is the access point, and this position is absolutely spectacular from this side of the map, because you have protection from arty. That's first thing, if you're behind the church. Second, you can poke out from both sides of the church, and you have shots onto the north side here as well as into the middle. So yeah, I think that position is really, really good. And as you can see there in the middle, you can have shots all the way through there, but you know, that's not good marksmanship from my side. We didn't hit that shot really well, but you can basically keep these guys in the middle stuck in there, because they'll be wary of you being in the middle right here. Now, this position also gives you shots into town, into certain locations of town, and you're gonna see that in a split second. Also, that bush in front of me right there can serve as a little bit of protection, although from distances that you'll be spotting people here, they will probably spot you anyway, unless you have really good camo on a tank. So I would assume that bush is not that great anyway, but maybe for light tanks it is. Like I say, I don't play from this position quite often because I'm not really a light tank player, and I don't come up here in a heavy tanks at all. But there's the bush right here. Okay, so looks like in this game most of the opposition went down, and again, that's kind of in my things. I never go down. Actually, I can't remember the last time I went down on this map, because it's a irrelevant area, to be honest. Also, take a look at this. See that? You have shots into these guys there as well, and Stockade and his OP armor, which I can't penetrate. So there's another thing right here. There's another shooting lane right here, right into town. Also, when these guys come out of town later on, you also have shots at these guys, because on top here, if you have some gun depression, you can turn around and shoot towards east. So there you go. There's your OP position on Windstorm on this side. On the other side of the map, there isn't really any OP positions. There is something at D3, I believe, location D3, but there's no protection there. It's really tough position to play, and it's really dependent on your gun depression, which is quite steep there, so I don't even think you can play using gun depression. So I think this side of the map is slightly OP when it comes to winning on this map, but I think overall central position and center of the map is the most important thing. Anyway guys, we're gonna end this video here. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm gonna have a few more maps that we're gonna cover, discussing the strategy and some potential positions, so keep an eye on those. They will be coming out shortly. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. That's it for now. Until next time, happy tanking, Space Bandit, checking out.